What up, peeps? We're back with Avernum again. I mean, we've been playing this for like 50 hours, so what do you expect? What do you expect? We've found a couple of towns that we've not investigated before, so let's do our usual tactic of exploring the towns. Is that a fucking snake? Why are there snakes here? Kill the snakes. Nice. You're welcome, everybody, for me saving your lives. I think, in the interest of saving time, I'm going to stop being such a loot whore. And only pick up what I think is reasonable. You know, gems, crystals. All of the best things. There's no one in there. You're just a guard. You're just a guard. Nobody loves you. You're just a guard. Durning. A small, nimble warrior moves smoothly through Delston, alert for giants to fight. He turns to look at you, and you see his eyes. He looks deranged at best. "I'm Durning," he shouts, and slaps his chest with his hand. He wears no armor. "How's it going?" "Good," he shouts lustily. "I fight giants. That's all you do?" "Yes," he says brightly. "I'm a mighty warrior of the Heaven and Earth Association." "What is that?" "I have mighty kung fu. I know flying fist and shadow kick style." "That sounds very impressive. What's more, I can jump straight up 20 feet. With mighty swooshing noise if necessary. I fight with great honor, doing all my own stunts. My kung fu is the greatest of all." You aren't very well armed. "I am armed with mighty fist. I can fight on ground or on a roof or on thin branch high up in tall, attractive tree." "Are there others like you?" "I hear rumors of others. A mighty monastery of fighting monks and such, in the island far to the south. One day I will seek them and we may trade styles." "I have fought them. They were dicks." "Business is bad. Hello, Rita." The inn is kept by a pleasant matronly woman of advancing years. The battle axe strapped across her back looks out of place, but she seems comfortable with it. She grins warmly. "Call me Rita, ducks." "Get comfortable. We have rooms, and we have coffee. Real coffee." "Is this your place?" "Yes, love. I run the inn. Soldiers and refugees need a safe place to stay and warm meals, after all." "Do you get many refugees?" She shakes her head. "Poor lambs. What can you give them besides a kind word and a safe place to rest?" "Speaking of safe places to stay, do you have any free rooms?" She looks embarrassed. "Mercy me, where are my manners? You don't want to jaw, you want to rest." "You don't want to jaw." Is that how she talks about talking? "We have a clean room and only 5 coins. No alcohol left, but we do have good coffee. Rare but precious, only 50 coins. Some coffee, please. That gives us a buff. Nice. I don't need anything. Was there anyone else? Massitar. A wizard of the Empire army patrols the town carefully, looking for breaches in the walls. He stops so you can speak with him, but doesn't stop watching the walls. "I am Massitar, Empire Authorized Wizard. What is your job?" "I command the garrison of Delston. I repair the walls when they get broken." He turns to you and fixes you with a steely gaze, "and I have little love for Avernites." How have you fared as garrison commander?" "I've sworn to defend the city or die trying. Happily, since the giant attacks have mostly stopped, I can return to my first love, teaching." "What do you teach?" He thinks grimly. "I have little love for Avernites, but much love for teaching magic. Also, I know you fight the same foe as us. You may purchase a few of my spells if you wish." how do you repair the walls? I will use force barriers, the fastest and easiest way to repair the breaches the giant boulders make in our walls. All of the breaks that are currently repaired, but one boulder can change that. Why do you dislike Avernites? Avernites slew Garzad, the greatest empire mage for a century, perhaps in history. He was a dark man and little loved, but he was the greatest of our number, and such crimes are seldom forgiven. I'm looking for employment. The giants have stopped attacking. There is little to do here right now, save repair work, and I doubt you have the stomach for that. Can I get any bounties? I will never hire an Avernite. Okay, but you will let me buy some spells, and it is only Pool of Corruption, which is probably good because I'm getting very poor. Okay, is there anyone else that wants to talk to me? Let's try in here. What do we have? Guard. Greetings. Dom, 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 dom. I feel like he's not doing a very good job at keeping some of these walls not from falling down. English. English. I'm struggling with my own language, my god. Armorsmith, I don't need anything. This store has been abandoned. The owners fled to safer lands. Probably not an unwise choice. Ah, wait. I saw that. There is a secret passage between the two abandoned shops. It looks like, before becoming refugees, the store owners tried to hide some of their goods from the hill giants. Some leather armor. Money, a broadsword, an energy potion. Fine cloak and some javelins. Marvelous. You're a few more guards. Well, I think that's it. Besides, whatever's in here. Boop. Scroll of acid shower. And some shit. Not worth it. Not worth it at all. So that was Delston. We also want to go to the place that was just near Lorelei. You find a human settlement out here in the middle of nowhere. The people are healthy looking and well armed for farmers. They all have swords, bows, or improvised spears. Their crops seem to be thriving. When they see that you are monsters, they wait for you to approach. Okay? When you get close to the village, you notice that several of the humans have snuck around behind you. You look closer and see the walls of the village are decorated with human bones. You try to back away, but they don't let you. You're cannibals. I mean, you kind of fucked with the wrong people. I'll be honest. missed. You search the village, you find a variety of trinkets and coins, and the mage who led them had a scroll in his pack. You're skeptical about eating their food. You find a bizarre shrine filled with bones and angular symbols. It's very creepy and you leave. Yeah, makes sense. A group of giant scouts spot you. They start to draw their weapons and approach, but then they see you aren't troglodytes. They turn away. They're in a way their huge legs move them too fast for you to catch them. A band of rough-looking warriors, deserters from the Empire army, from the look of it, stop you. They demand 50 coins to allow you to pass. You refuse to pay them. They start to draw their weapons, but then one of the rogues recognizes you. Tales of your accomplishments have even spread out here. He mutters something to the others. They look at each other nervously. Then their leader says, "All right, you can pass for now." What's this place? You approach an isolated inn. It would be nice to have a bed and a warm meal, however something is very odd. The inn has been abandoned and the south end of it has been smashed in. Everything is quiet. Looking around you feel a chill. And all the doors are open. Inn of the Far Hills. All are welcome. Inn of the Far Hills. Doesn't look very pleasant, this place, does it? And there's a corpse. Scroll of lightning. Oh, there's corpses everywhere, actually. So a necklace. Use this. You find an intact bedroom. It might have been a comfortable place to rest. However, there is a distinct chilly feeling in the air. You find that you can't keep from shivering. You won't be able to find rest here. This hotel room is still largely intact. The bed looks comfortable and there aren't any bodies anywhere. The smell isn't too bad. I don't need to rest. Okay, weird. Random inn out in the middle of nowhere. You meet a group of human refugees. There are about a dozen exhausted souls pulling their possessions behind them on crude carts, hoping to evade the monsters roaming this land. You talk to them for a little while. They are mainly from the city of Lorelei, hiding out in the woods and trying to evade the giants. You tell them that the war with the giants is over for now. Their leader is elated. "Really? Now we can begin to rebuild our homes. Thank you for your help." They immediately set off for Lorelei. God, I'm such a good dude. Here's the bridge that I never crossed before. That looks like an island over there. Where am I in relation to... So I think that other town was like around here, right? And I've missed something in the middle. Over there. we explore this deep dark wood. Oh, another settlement. Wolfulv. This place looks a little bit shitty, doesn't it? Oh, hello. There is a narrow open space in the middle of the town walls. Maybe the builders meant to put something in here, then it was walled off. There is a sour vinegar smell in the air, and your boots stick to slime on the floor underneath. Something managed to sneak in. Something? Let's get rid of that fucking notebook for a start. Scroll of recovery and a invulnerability potion. Don't mind if I do. Right, come on then. Foxfire. There is a bard busking here. This wandering entertainer's act is unlike anything you've ever seen. She sings. She says some tolerable poetry. She creates coloured, wraith-like magical lights and makes them dance before you. When she is done pressuring the viewers for a few copper pieces, she returns to chat with you. Is this how you make a living? I make beauty. That is what I make. Money is much less important. It is very beautiful. She waves a hand. Tiny motes of coloured light fly and dance in wondrous, intricate patterns. It's truly hypnotizing. Then, her tiny show ends. She says, "My faith inspires me to bring people joy. Alas, to bring people more joy requires food for me. May I have a few coins?" I will give you 10 coins. She thanks you sincerely, utters a prayer, and prepares to make the light dance again. Lyle and Lorelei mentioned you might know where I can find a magic shield. The lights stop dancing, she looks confused, then she remembers. Oh yes, I did find out about that. Someone gave me a gift in thanks for my show. What was it? The man said he had a key to a cult which had much knowledge, including incredibly powerful and rare magical artifacts. I hung on to it. For 500 coins I can use to continue my act for a long time, I can give you the key. Sure, here's some money. She hands you a small silver key. The man said the cult was on the southernmost of the remote isles, in a far southeastern Valorim. He said the cultists were very odd. Good luck to you, and thank you. Have you heard any useful gossip in your travels? No, I do not like to talk about the war. Is that a healthy attitude? Perhaps not, but I must maintain my tranquility in order to maintain my art. It requires great concentration. Okay, thank you, lady. So that'll be probably on the islands where we got to the end, and then it said there was no more. That looks like blood on the floor, doesn't it? We got to the end and it was like, oh, there's nothing here. I'm gonna guess there is stuff there now. Apparently there was a trapdoor that I missed over there. You meet an Empire soldier. Although he still wears his chainmail, he clearly has not swung a sword for years. He is small, old, and twisted, with pale, chalky skin and a cold gaze. I'm Commander Daltrey. Greetings, Commander. He smiles thinly. Greetings, you arrived. Welcome to our beleaguered village. I wish to speak with you, Avernite. How did you know that I'm an Avernite? I was privileged to practice my craft on many of your people during the Avernum War. What craft was that? His face twists slightly. I am an interrogator. Sounds like an unpleasant line of work. I get answers from prisoners by whatever means are necessary. Sounds nasty. Nasty but necessary. Until the giants stopped attacking us, the information I obtained saved numerous lives. I have another question. Can I do anything to make your life easier? There is a job which requires intelligence, which I have, and a strong force, which I do not. There is a force of giant spies or infiltrators hiding close to Polsbo. They're close, and I don't know how close. Find and kill them, and I will reward you. I found some bugs hiding in a crawl space in the city walls. Oh, that's nice, I guess, but there are still giants hiding out there. What do you think of the possibility of the Avernite returning to the surface? The odds are better than you might think. What do you mean? Empress Prazak is better inclined towards your kind than others, like me, would want her to be. If her views don't get her assassinated, you might find her willing to turn a friendly ear to you. Where is she? I've heard tell that she's in Blackrag Fortress at the north end of Avernum. From there, she's trying to find a way to stop the monster plagues. Good luck getting to see her though, the fortress is sealed, cutting Avernum off from the rest of the Empire. Okay, he wants me to kill some giants. That I can do. I would like to sell all of that shit, please, to try and recuperate a little bit of cash. Thank you very much. Chef. I don't need anything. Level up for opening a door. Hooray! Innkeeper, what are you serving? Don't have much here, out in the middle of nowhere. You can get a drink, good ale, only 3 coins. You can have a room, only 10 coins, and no vermin. This place is isolated, sad but true. I've got beer and rooms for those few travellers who come through. That's my life. Okay. Right, where was that trapdoor that apparently I completely missed? There it is. Presumably these are the giants he wants me to kill. Right, good. I thought there was someone else I needed to talk to in here as well. Maybe not. There were giant warriors hiding in a pit outside the city walls. They are dead. Thank you for your help. We are poor here, so I can only pay you in knowledge, but I think I can tell you something which will help you. Daltrey spends some time explaining which are the more vulnerable and delicate parts of the human body, and where to strike someone to cause great pain. It is unpleasant knowledge, but it increases your skills. Good. Hooray for me. My reputation's improved as well. What am I now? Beloved. I'm so beloved. As you explore the woods, a dryad moves out of the trees, startling you. She is terrified and tears are running down her face. Giants, she sobs. Hill giants have invaded our glade. Will you help us? Yes. The Dryad smiles and says, "You are kind. My sisters are struggling against the giants now. In our home, it is a circle of stones." She points to the northwest. Then she walks calmly back inside her tree. "You're alone again." "Then I shall help." You arrive on the scene of a very peculiar combat. Several Dryads are fighting a bunch of hill giants around a stone circle. However, the forest creatures are not fighting with blades, but with trickery. They are harassing the giants with spells. The hill giants chase the shades into swamps, trip over animated tree roots, and suddenly lie down for naps. All this is annoying them, but not actually damaging them. When they see a band of solid, real humans to attack, it is a relief to them. Yes, but you're all a bit too weak for me now. I'm just too strong for you people. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Oh, I've got gremlin allies as well. That's nice. Sorry about that, giants. A dozen Dryads stride out of the woods, surrounded by bouncing, leering gremlins. The elder, her green hair tinted with grey, says, "Thank you. Here is a little gift to show our appreciation." She hands you a large flask. The fairy creatures then fade into the woods. What is it? Invulnerability elixir. You re-enter the dry glade. As you do, the trees suddenly start to rearrange themselves, the forest grows fuzzy around you. When your head clears, you aren't where you were. Okay, so we're not allowed to actually be there. That's fine. This was Powell's blah 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 blah, which I have already been to. This was Delston, which I have already been to. This is apparently nowhere. The giant patrol has spotted you. They don't move to attack you. They recognize you and have heard your deeds. They run away. Yeah, run away, giants. Was it Bengaro I hadn't got in? I'm getting lost and confused. I'm so lost and confused. Yes, it was Bengaro. What are we on? Day 51. Day 51, and we've already less than 2 months, and we've ended 3 of the plagues that have been affecting this place for fuck knows how long. Giant slimes, no more. Cockroaches, no more. Giants and troglodytes, no more. Why are they a different colour? What do you reckon? Push. Nope. Right, what have we got in here? You need to talk. At first, this man looks like another Empire citizen, a harmless and hard-working farmer. Then, he boldly walks up to you. He clearly wants to speak with you. "I am Kagan. I'm glad to meet you at last." You notice his skin is very pale. "You wish to speak with us?" He lowers his voice. "I know I don't look it, but I'm an Avernite, unspecified services. I have information for you." He whispers, "Of course, as always. I'm always looking for more useful stuff on what's happening." "Why were you sent up here?" I and one other were sent to do recon against the giants, to try to work out what created them. It didn't work out. That's why I have information for you. The giants aren't attacking anymore, but you might still find useful items in their lair. What's the information? A compatriot and I were trying to sneak into the giant's cavern. Unfortunately, our stealth spell didn't hold out. We got caught. My friend was slain, I escaped, but worst of all, we lost Smite. Smite? Smite was a magical weapon, a pike which could slay giants. The giants took it, but maybe you could regain it. I already have it. Where did you lose it? We lost the pike in the forge, a lava and blacksmith-filled cavern near the giants' caves. If you wish to fight the giants, that pike would be a huge help. Well, you are also a huge help to me. Now if you'll excuse me, I got a bit of spying to do. Oh, by the way, there are two others of our number who spend time in Lorelei. One spends all his time there, the other is there sometimes. Just forget their names. You're looking very pale. Not as bad as I did. I should be able to pass as a surface dweller soon. Your information was useless. How does that make you feel? Don't need anything from you, Mr. Weaponsmith. I don't need anything from you, Mr. Tinker. Empire Archer, you receive no response. Rude. He's desperate to get my attention still. Psst. This pedestal has some intriguing looking scrolls on it. Let's examine them. You see an interesting looking scroll. It's black leather inscribed with silver runes. You pick it up and look at it briefly. Unfortunately, you find yourself unable to resist reading it. When you finish, it disappears and you have company. Oh. Hello. Well, maybe you should have thought about who you were attacking. How about that? You find nothing else of interest there. Angry man. This man is very angry and not in the mood for conversation. What are you doing in my home? Get out! Okay, sorry. God. Okay, I think that's everything here. What was this place called? Bengaro. Didn't I have a quest to go to Bengaro for some reason? Tevrono. We've heard that worms have infested the walls around the village of Powellsbow. Divish Bruskrud. Where were they? Lorelei, maybe? Okay. So where have we been? So we can either... we can either head up this way and go to Tevrono and the Golems, or we can go this way and around and over there. Oh, I know. Let's go back, because there's that other island that we didn't quite go to, right? Steel halberd. Lovely. You come across an all too familiar sight in Valorim, a wrecked farm destroyed by giants. The giants spot you and run away. What's this town? Spine Ridge. Spine Ridge is full of refugees. They fled from the northeast. They're an exhausted, hungry lot. None of them want to talk to you. You don't look trustworthy to them. I don't look trustworthy? My reputation is beloved. Everybody likes me. What? Unbelievable. 8, 10, 10, 5, 2, boom. So you're now Sword Mage 3, which means you should be able to equip one more. So you should be able to equip those. For example. Is blessed. What does this blessed mean? Like in game terms. Oh, what is this town layout? $49 days, 24 days, 24 days. I'm not interested in timed quests. You know this about me. Tinker, I don't need anything. You meet one of the Empire's seemingly endless supply of bureaucrats. She has the haggard look indicative of long periods of much work and no sleep. She shuffles idly through a thick stack of papers. Another courier? Fine, I suppose. I'm Alzen, she says with a sigh. What responsibilities do you have? I'm in charge of supply for large parts of Monroe Province's internal infrastructure. In addition, I am the jobs dispatcher. If you would like some courier work, let me know. How fares Monroe Province? If you wish an opinion on anything political, you've come to the wrong place. All of our leaders are infinitely wise and strong. And the punishments for those who say otherwise are just in their severity, alright? Are there enough supplies to go around? It seems there is nothing we are not short of these days. If you have any goods you could sell us, it would be a great help. I have little you can buy, just some food and travelling supplies. Let me sell you some of that stuff. And then you have a bunch of garbage. I'm interested in courier work. The job board is outside. Cool. What's that? Job board. Monroe Province Internal Affairs. The Mump and Spackle. Refugees everywhere. This young woman is busy nursing a small child. She motions for you to wait a moment. When the child is fed, she sets it on the table and turns to you. She nods. Greetings, adventurer. I am Malka. Greetings. What are you doing in this inn? She sighs. I'm fleeing Gale. Why? She looks down at her baby. We have abandoned our home. It was painful and difficult, but what can one do? We have our child to look after. Did anyone flee with you? Yes, Verlas and I left because everything in Gale is insane. The golems, the herb, the madness of our mare, it's all too much. What's going on with the golems? Verlas knows much of the golems, you should ask him. Her problem? Here we are. Avernum is attacked on all sides. Danger is everywhere. So what do people do? Kill their minds with these strange potions. Gale is filled with twitching, drooling herb addicts. Even some soldiers use the stuff. What effect does the herb have on the soldiers? The herb makes them stronger. They can still fight, even after taking wounds that would normally kill them. She shakes her head. The twitching and drooling comes later. What's wrong with the mare? She looks nervous and looks around. Forget I said anything. Mare Raleigh has a long reach. Malka starts to speak with you, but then her child begins to cry. With a sigh, she returns it to her breast. She can't stand to be alone for a minute. Now, you were saying? What's your child's name? Her name is Cordelia. She leans over to kiss her on the forehead. She continues to suckle happily. She seems to have a healthy appetite. You don't know the half of it. She's just this bottomless pit into which I throw milk. That's a lovely name. Thank you, I agree. That's all for now. Okay, I can't say it's a weird name after I say it's a lovely name. Okay. This man's robes are stained from heavy travelling. His pack strains to contain all the scrolls and books inside it. Ah, I can recognise a fellow migrant. I'm Verlas, however you pronounce his name. What is your profession? I'm a sage. Unfortunately, there are a few services I can provide now. Why can you provide only a few services? My wife, Malka, and I are on the road now, trying to escape the golems. What do you know of them? He suddenly looks interested. You wish to know of the golems? I was studying them intensely before we fled. You can purchase all I know of them for only 50 coins. Okay. He takes your coins. Thanks, this will be a great help. Let's see. Golems are magically animated statues, very strong and resilient to damage. Gale is currently under constant attack by groups of them. This is, as you can imagine, incredibly bizarre. Why? A single golem is normally extremely difficult to make, and yet here we are being set upon by large groups of them. Someone bearing great magical power must be responsible. I can also tell you that there are several varieties of them, and that we know the direction they come from. What are the varieties? I know of 4. 1 has arms ending in blades, 2 have fire and cold bolts respectively, and a 4th can shoot massive bolts of energy. Also, some soldiers say they have seen golems flying overhead, powerful grey creatures with a demonic aspect. I take their reports seriously. How can you take reports like that seriously? I have heard of them from 4 different soldiers who claim to have seen them personally. What direction are they coming from? The golems attacking Gale come from a ways to the north, from north of the town of Tevrono. The exact source of the attackers, however, nobody has been able to determine. Interesting. The innkeeper is incredibly busy. He's cooking the next meal, serving drinks and keeping everything clean all simultaneously. I'm McLean, he pants as he moves past you. What can I get here? The inn is full, keeps me busy. I have a couple of pallets you can rent in a storeroom, only 12 coins. It's a mess back there though. Last people in there left without paying. I also have some beer, 4 coins around, popular item that beer. Why are you so full? Everyone's fleeing Gale and stopping here, can you blame them? Right, so the town is filled with refugees. We must be getting close to another plague then, right? Right, I think that's everything here. We were heading this way, weren't we? Yes, we were. Well, actually, there's a ridge there. Should we go up here? Oh, you want to attack, do you? Do you, indeed? Feels pointless. Why does that feel so pointless? You find a small abandoned mine. The ground has been scorched and scarred by a variety of offensive spells. Raids by powerful magic-using creatures must have forced the miners to flee. I will enter. You search the mine and find it pleasantly devoid of monsters. It's also mostly been cleaned out, although you do find a cart of gold ore that got left behind when the miners fled. Sweet. Enter the mine. You don't get far into the mine before you find that it's been sealed off. Someone used magical explosions to collapse the support beams and seal off the passage with hundreds of tons of rock. Same there. In this isolated vale, you find a stone circle, huge carved stones covered with abstract designs. You intend to look around, blah blah blah, kneel at the altar. You walk forward and kneel. Without thinking, you put your hand on the cool stone. Your motions are almost automatic, taking place in a strange dreamlike state. You kneel again at the altar, yell some words in a language you don't understand. Stand and walk out. When your mind clears, you feel much wiser. Oh, nice. You stumble out of the circle, stunned by the experience. Marvelous. You find a small abandoned mine. The ground has been scorched and scarred. Yeah, I'll enter. You slowly explore the mine, cautiously watching for weak support beams, only to find that the tunnel was sealed off. You move back, only to find you've walked into an ambush. Some of the boulders you've walked by on the way in have started to move. You see a golem, an enchanted humanoid-shaped creature of stone and metal. However, this golem is smaller, faster, and more lethal looking than any golem you've seen. Its face is completely featureless. It makes a troglo look friendly by comparison. Okay. Nice. Okay, they were my first golems. Gale northeast, Spine Ridge southwest. So I've done basically that road. Yeah. You enter MONEH, a once busy port town. Fresh lumber was brought here, loaded onto ships, and hauled off to wood-starved parts of the Empire. Alas, golem attacks have all but shut the place down. Oh dear. Well, they've certainly been productive, haven't they? Saying that they don't even have doors. I must be going. Whoever owned this shop has abandoned it, leaving this area does seem like a wiser choice. A sour medicinal smell hangs in the air. Squatters have been here. Scribane. Townsman, townsman, wherefore art thou townsman? Some of these towns are so empty. Who are you? Sido. You meet a tall woman in priest's robes. She radiates the poise and strength of one of Valorum's holy people. However, she is also very weary, and her upper arm is bandaged. She wanders around town, waiting for something bad to happen. She's happy to take a break and speak with you. I'm Priestess Sido. Sidao. Are you a healer? Yes, I travel Monroe province, providing healing and aid. Then you know of what's been happening around Monroe. I'm sure I don't need to elaborate on the horrors that have been transpiring here. I'm simply doing all I can to help. Can you heal me? I think you may have resources the people here don't. I must save my energy and my potions to help the poor souls here. How have you usually helped? I heal those who can't afford it for free, and only charge enough to keep myself going to those who can. We all need to work together to survive the golems. Can you teach me any pre-spells? You can? Well, fuck. Well, I have 53 coins to my name. Uh-oh. Is it difficult being a healer in these parts? Terrible. The golems are lethal. It's impossible to engage with them without suffering at least one wounded soldier. But things are easy here. It is terrible in Avernum. Tell me about there. It's not wise to mention it, not so close to Gale, but I'll tell you this. If you are serious about battling golems, Avernum is where you should be. Okay. Massive piles of lumber have been stacked here, waiting to be loaded onto ships heading north. Everything is covered with sawdust. Since no ships are allowed to go from Valorem to the rest of the Empire, the lumber is just sitting here. Yeah, it's not exactly ideal, is it? For a town whose sole export is wood. You hear the shouts of guards and the sound of swords being drawn. The town must be under attack. You look around to see where the attack is coming from, but nobody is coming through the gates. Then you realize everyone is heading towards the water. You look east and see golems walking out of the sea. The faceless, mindless constructs approach the city from under the water. Oh. Well, hello there. Let's try and get as many of these in as possible. Where should she go? Stop cleaving my mage. Oh, nice. Well done. Oh, fucking hell, there's like 100,000 guards. We good. We are. I'll just take some of these. Yeah? We okay with that? Yeah. Thanks. Everyone just like goes wandering back. Corin. You meet a merchant, resplendent in velvet robes and silver jewellery. However, he has a distant look, and there are traces of something green crested on the corner of his mouth. I'm Corin, he says in a slurred voice. Welcome to MONEH. What's that green stuff around your mouth? Nothing? Nothing there? He suddenly turns away, upset. So there was just a golem attack outside? Was there? Oh, glad it all worked out. Do you work in this town? Suddenly he becomes very cheery and energetic. The transformation is eerily quick. His voice is still slurred, however. I run MONEH lumberyard. How is the lumber business? Of course, the Empire has quarantined all of Avernum, so our wood sits here worthless, except for as termite food. But what does it matter? Everything else is so interesting. What is? Why, when seen from a distance, a golem's fireball is a beautiful thing, and their bolts of ice leave wondrous, elegant tracings through the air. One side of his face twitches slightly. And if everything falls apart, we can go to the Isle of Maddock. Where is the Isle of Maddock? Just across the water to the east, covered with all sorts of undead. Isn't that great? All that land there for the taking by someone brave. Isn't that Ducky? I'm sorry, did you say Ducky? Yeah, Ducky. His cheeriness is starting to turn slightly manic. Why, if we don't want to be carved up with the golems, we could move over there and have our souls devoured. Ducky is the best word I can think of for that. He laughs, a raspy, ghoulish sound that makes your skin crawl. You leave Corin in his strange world. How can I go there? Boats. We don't have boats. Try Gale. Gale might have boats out to that ruin. Horrible, horrible ruin. Okay. Mentalist. Maybe he doesn't notice if I try and like take his shit. He does. He's got Scribane in there as well. What a druggie. Right. Let's progress up the coast, I guess. This open area was once a lush expanse of farmland dotted with farms and guard posts. Piles of freshly cut lumber, hauled from the logging camps to the north, would be stacked everywhere, waiting to be shipped out. Now golem attacks and raids from renegade soldiers have devastated the area. Only small, isolated patches of farmland remain. Most of the farms have been abandoned or burned out, and only the city of Gale seems anywhere near intact. Is this Gale? This is a patrol of Empire soldiers. These poor souls have really seen the worst of it. Their armor and, in some cases, their skin have been exposed to bursts of fire and magical energy. Some of their shields are charred or even partially melted. They recognize you. Word of your exploits has travelled ahead of you. They are nervous about talking to outsiders, but they don't bother you. They just move silently by. Well, that's marvellous, isn't it? I have now entered Gale. I thought Gale was further north, actually. There are tracks on the ground here. It looks like someone was walking outside the city walls, looking for a way to sneak in. They didn't find anything here. Really? Really? Yeah, I'm sure. When we first started the game, and we were asking about like some of the major cities, and someone mentioned Gale, and they were like, it's as far north as you can go, but I feel like there's a significant amount further north that we can go and see. A small wiry man is sitting by a small fire outside the city walls. A wall of trees keeps him from being visible to monsters approaching from outside. It gives him time to flee during an assault. He looks you over when you approach. I'm Passy. You definitely look like someone who could use my services. Why are you standing around out here? Well, these days it's difficult to enter Gale. I give assistance to those who in need of visiting the town. How fares Gale? A difficult place to live these days, to say the least. Why is it so difficult to get in? The leadership in Gale is currently, should we say, less than inspiring. He looks you over carefully. That's why I will give you, entirely free of charge, a warning. Word of the arrival of the Avernites has spread far, and many in Valorim welcome the news. Mayor Raleigh and Garrison Commander Leona do not. Not at all. Watch your step around City Hall. If they notice you, your fate will be grim. What makes you think I'm from Avernum? Sorry, friends, but there's not a person in this province who doesn't know about the Avernites wandering around. Be careful. Some of the troops around here have standing orders to slay any Avernite they see. They might not obey those orders, but again, they might. Do your leaders hate Avernites? No, but they love power, and they're afraid the people will take it from them the moment the people realize that their leaders have no idea how to solve the golem problem. Any advice for me while I'm in Gale? The mayor has spies everywhere. Stick to the alleys and smaller roads whenever you can. Is there anyone who is having luck fighting the golems? Phew. I shouldn't talk about that. I'll wind up at the end of a rope. But if I were you, I'd head north to Tevrono. There's someone up there you should maybe talk to. Isn't it dangerous to lurk out here? Not really. The guards give me a warning when golems approach and they ignore me otherwise. Why do the guards ignore you? They know that the sealing of the Gale gates is madness. They want people to be able to sneak in and out. I make it possible. They need me. The guards can really keep you safe? Believe me, if they couldn't, I would not be here. What services do you offer? I can help you sneak into Gale, perhaps. I'd like that. I hear a lot of what goes on. I heard what you accomplished to the south. I'll take the risk of letting you in, though if the mayor finds out I helped an Avernite, I'll be in mortal danger. He walks to the trapdoor for a moment, turns his back to you, and does something to it with his hands. You hear a click. The passage is through there. Be wary around City Hall. Good luck to you. Thanks, dude. It's very nice of you. You walk up to a small side gate placed here so that foot traffic can enter the city quickly. The gate is locked tight. The guards on the other side laugh and spit at you. You can't get in this way, maybe somewhere else. You approach the massive closed steel gate of the city of Gale. Having become used to being welcomed by Valorim's other cities, you stand patiently, waiting for them to open and let you across the grim streets beyond. You keep waiting. After a few minutes, a guard walks up to the gate, laughs bitterly and says, "Go away. The city is closed to visitors. Go elsewhere." Then he walks away, leaving you stuck outside. Same thing happens here, I guess. To enter, look to northeast corner, access for reasonable prices. I get the feeling that not everyone explores the outside of towns before they go into them like I do with every fucking town I visit. So for me, finding this guy was a very natural thing. You open the trapdoor and find a ladder leading to a dank, narrow tunnel. The citizens of Gale are scared, exhausted. You're sure they have plenty to say about the monsters, about the sealing of the gates. Instead, they keep to themselves. When you approach, you get a curt nod and nothing else. The innkeeper gives you a knowing wink when you approach the bar. She saw you come out of her storeroom. She must know how you entered Gale, and how illegal your presence here is. I'm Langley. What are you serving? Well, I'd be honoured if you would stay in one of our luxury rooms. Only 20 coins for such, well, unusual guests. In addition, for such as yourselves, we have a variety of unusual services. What kind? She points at a woman sitting in the corner. If you're here for medicine, she will help you out. Very reasonable prices, just ask. Medicine of what sort? Annoyed, she leans close and lowers her voice. Careful, this stuff is illegal, and Mayor Raleigh will have our heads on a stick if it pleases him. You don't want the stuff. Ask Albert over there about the medicine. Don't talk to me about it anymore. In fact, just get away. Okay. Langley silently wipes the bar down. What can you tell me about things in Gale? Langley looks very uncomfortable. Nothing of importance. Why does everything look so crumbled and run down? Look, your secret is safe with me, but don't get me killed. The mayor's spies are everywhere. A large woman with a blank face is sitting at the table. She isn't drinking or eating, or talking with anyone. She just sits there waiting. I'm Alba. Greetings, what are you doing? Just waiting. What are you waiting for? You don't know what for? Then I have nothing to say to you. I hear you sell medicine. She smiles. Yes. I just sit here, and they come to me. Welcome, have a seat. Now you're interested in little Scrabane? What is it? Peace, energy, safety. Chew on it, and the fear of the golems will leave you. I sell only the best, brought at great difficulty and expense from the Isle of Begale to here. You can purchase some from me. The effects are extraordinary. What effects? Peace, relief, everyone in town uses it. Or, if not everyone yet, soon. Just the thing to relieve the fear of the golems. It's especially good for soldiers and adventurers. Doubles your strength, raises your fear, makes you fight like tigers. A whole city cannot be wrong. Just the edge you'll need. Dodging golems is just one purchase away. I can't even afford it. Lol. I don't need any Scrabane. Then leave. Talking to you is a risk. So they said use the side streets, right? But the only way out is through the main door here. You walk out onto the streets of Gale for the first time. It's the most unpleasant city you've ever been in, you've seen in Valorim. A thick smoky haze hangs over the streets, and the roads and buildings have been scarred by fireball bombardments. As is usual for Valorim, alert guards are everywhere. However, they seem more interested in watching the townspeople than anything else. The people are quiet and nervous, cowed by the guards around them. Many of the people have glazed expressions on their faces. They stumble down the street, unsure of where they are or where they're going. The air smells of decay, sulfur, and something you don't recognize. A bitter medicinal smell. A Gale townsperson walks up to you, face wearing a predatory mask. You know, Mayor Ali would reward me well if I was to let him know an Avernite is in the city. Reward me very well indeed. Of course, for a mild payment of 50 coins, I could neglect my sacred duty to my city and just keep silent. I refuse. You refuse to pay the extortion money, the townsperson smiles wryly and wanders off. Dozen letters pinned on the board, all labelled General Baziron, based in Tavarno. There are rumours of the return of the dragons to northwestern Valorim. Do not hunt them, they may be useful for researching ways to defeat the monster plague. Anyone able to talk to a real live dragon should please report its location to Nantia. Matic Island is an infestation of dark magic, a cursed isle south of Gale. High Priest Zachariah will pay a bounty to any hunter brave enough to hunt for and erase evil enchantments on the island. Sailors have reported seeing glowing skeletal figures walking among the ruins of Villa on the island's east coast. Destroy this undead horror and be well rewarded. In these troubled times, cults often appear and pester the more calm and loyal citizens of the Empire. That is why our wise leaders track the presence of such cults. The Church of Divine Lucca, we believe, has established a temple to the north. This church has been known to encourage disloyal thoughts. If you find it, report its location to Loyal Empire Wizard Rosalie for your reward. Okay. Someone shouts, "There, the spy!" Suddenly Gale guards surround you. They draw on their weapons, massive greatswords and halberds, and demand that you come with them. There are too many of them for you to fight. You surrender. They take you to City Hall and throw you into a foul-smelling cell. The door is locked and barred, but they don't take your equipment. You find a secret door in the cell wall. It's not very well concealed. It's as if they wanted you to be able to escape. The tunnel on the other side is thick with a ripe, decaying smell. You open the trapdoor to find a ladder leading down to a dank, narrow tunnel. You crawl through the tunnel, heading towards a light in the distance. In doing so, you have to slide down a steep incline. You soon emerge at the base of Gale's walls. You weren't able to climb back up. This city is incredibly annoying. Basically, don't talk to anyone except for named people, I guess. Who are you? Asp. You find a vacant, bleary-eyed man holding sway over a dusty and disused smithy. When you enter, he makes a clumsy effort to look professional. I am Weapon Master Asp. What sort of shop is this? A smithy. You can purchase my stock, and I do special custom work. A tiny bit of drool forms at the corner of his mouth. What sort of special work? I used to make special weapons, special rare weapons. Did you say... do you still have any? I still have some that weren't sold, but I want to keep them to remember when I could make them. Can I buy some? I would let you, but first, I have needs. I have little money, and I need the herb. Some of the Scribane herb. Give me some, and I will sell you some of my special weapons. This is worrisome. The last thing that this man needs, clearly, is more Scribane. I want to buy your weapons. I have some Scribane herb. He grabs it eagerly. Yes, yes, this will help me. Help me keep the pains away. You ask if you can see his private stock. No, not enough. To share my prizes, I need more. Bring me more, and I will help you. He's just going to keep saying that, isn't he? Fuck you. Fairly desperate for cash at the moment, so let's just steal some stuff. What do we actually have that we can sell that I don't actually need? Some levels up we can do. Riposte Mastery. You can have what are we up to? Fast recovery, nah. Good fortune increases your luck by 1. Tool use, backstab. Is melee. Let's give him negotiator. Don't think he really needs anything else, does he? You're done. Start giving you some of that. The proprietor of this shop is proudly polishing a beautiful steel helmet. He holds it up and lets it gleam in light. I'm Daharis, armorsmith of Gale. You have fine armor. Even in these troubled times, Gale's armor is still some of the finest in the world. Surprisingly, I still have some items in stock. You can purchase them if you have sufficient money and taste. Well, I know I have taste, but money is occasionally in short supply. Both are necessary. Do you know anything about the golem problem around Gale? With all the horror and carnage these days, I'm forced to concentrate twice as hard on making the best armor I possibly can. Unfortunately, that means I don't follow too much of what's going on, beyond of course how much people need armor. Okay, do we have any other shit we can sell? Of course, I'll probably need to, don't I? Crystal woven chitin. Yeah, you're not going to have that. Oh, carnelian breastplate. Nah. Am I really going to replace your Hellhound helm with that? Probably not. There we go. I've got over $1,000 again, which is nice. Back out into here. A beggar runs up to you, drops nimbly to his knees and raises his bowl. His fingers have light green stains and his eyes are glazed over. Thank you for being so kind adventurer. I am Gelad, kind one. Can you spare a coin? What do you want? I've heard of you. You're great and bold. It's an incredible honor to meet you, and if you would be so kind to give me some coins, maybe I can aid you. Why are you so full of flattery? Who deserves it more than you? An honor, I tell you, to meet such a hero, such a colossus, standing astride our troubled times. Such a hero, I'm sure, is greatly rich, not only in wisdom, but in coins. I'll give you some coins. He takes a few of your coins. Thank you so much, and for 100 coins more, I can tell you something very interesting about the golems. Okay? He takes the money gratefully. In the herb house, there's a mage. She's always there. Always not quite awake. She mumbles, and sometimes she mumbles about golems. Prod her about it, and you might find something good. I'm not supposed to say where it is. It's here in town. You're very bright. You find it. He suddenly seems very eager to get away. You grab his arm. All right. There's a concealed door near the north gate. Leads to Herb House. Let me go. Back to taking everything because I am once again very poor. A bleary-eyed man sits here surrounded by neat packages of rations. He doesn't even bother to conceal the bottle of green liquid he's been drinking. I'm Mario. He said, "Oh, I'm Mario." Say what you want and get out. He takes a sip from the vial. Are you selling any of this food? I have food. He seems annoyed by the distraction. You didn't answer my question. He seems highly annoyed now. You can purchase food and sell me any of your junk, then leave. Let's do some trading. Okay. Why are you being so rude? He looks longingly at the bottle. I'm busy, you hear? Busy. Get what you want and go. I'd like to sell you something. I'd like to sell all this stuff that I've just found for 45 whole coins. Wow, thanks. I don't need anything, then just go. There's a guard. There's a guard. Who's her sir? You find the most pathetic, bedraggled Nephilim you've ever seen. Her hair is scraggly and missing in patches, one of her fangs is broken off. She holds a begging bowl. It's a horrible sight. She walks over to you on her knees. How did you get reduced to this lowly state? You are Nephil, you know. Empire is so cruel to us. Lost clan, lost home, only way to live. Can I help you? She emits a raspy purr. Oh, please, great ones, give me a few coins. Okay. She bows silently to you in gratitude or perhaps abasement. Is that all? Yes, master, thank you for your time. She walks away on her knees. It's horrible to see a fellow Nephil in such a condition. You meet a tall woman who seemed resigned to pacing back and forth restlessly by the docks. She wears the salt-crusted leather of a sailor. She is pleased to break the monotony by talking to you. I'm Carol. Why are you pacing around? To calm down. I'm trying to get out of here before the golems kill me. The golems seem like quite a problem. There hasn't been a ship out of here in months. God, I want to get out of here. The city is pathetic. The leaders are worse. Had any run-ins with golems? Been lucky so far. Others haven't been so fortunate. That's why so many use the herb around here. She shakes her head and spits in disgust. Scribane. It's madness. It's great for a while, really makes you stronger, but then it wears off and the pain grabs your soul. Some of the soldiers take it before combat. What a price to pay. Why do you call Gale pathetic? Everyone just wanders around like zombies, waiting to die. Those who haven't been lost to the herb, that is. I take it you don't respect the leaders of Gale. She smiles wryly. You know, I could say how the town leaders are mad, more concerned in making themselves look good and omnipotent than in saving the city. But then I'd disappear and never be seen again, so I won't say that, alright? Are you a sailor? Close. I'm a weather mage. Well, it was one of my skills. I protect ships from harsh winds and other dangers in the deep. Of course, right now my skills are wasted. I would do anything to escape this horrible place, but I can't leave alone. Why can't you leave alone? The golems, they make travelling too dangerous. You are determined to leave this place? Yes, anywhere I can go. Any way I can use my powers. It's dangerous here, not just because of monsters, but because of our leaders. I'm sorry to hear that. Good luck to you. You meet a male Nephil. He wears an earring and a sword hangs at his belt. He watches you nervously as you approach. He looks around, alert and on edge, looking for kind faces in this unfriendly town. Has the town been friendly to you? This is a bad, bad place for one of my kind to be. Are you safe here? The leaders here are filled with hate, and sometimes it spills out at us. I wish to leave on the next ship. My skiff is no good to get away. Why don't you use your skiff to sail away? He shakes his head and makes a hissing noise. It was good for nothing. The leaky thing could only get to Maddock Island to the south. Why don't you go there? That is useless to me. The island to the south is overrun by horrors. Long has been, so I hear. I wish to get rid of the worthless boat, if possible. Would you consider selling it? His ears perk up. I would let you purchase the skiff for only 100 coins. If you are odd enough to want to go see the undead island, that is. That's all it's good to go to. Okay. The skiff is at the end of the central dock. Thank you much. Maybe this money can get me away from here. I don't see many Nephil around. What are you doing here? I am a sailor, stranded in this town, and you're right. Our kind is in danger here. You should watch yourself. I came here serving on a ship, but now the ship won't leave because there is nowhere for it to go. So instead, I bought a skiff with my savings to escape the danger. This is Gale's Rougher Inn. The innkeeper wears a hefty greatsword at his belt. He has a variety of scars. He's prepared to leap over the bar and break up a fight, or fight a golem at any moment. He grunts. I'm Cole, the innkeeper here. That is a big sword. I need it. I always need to use the flat of it to knock out fighting sailors. One of these days I might need it to fight a golem. When they come, I'll be ready. What do you have for sale? Bourbon is 8 coins, and a room is 5. And don't bug the customers. We keep to ourselves, remember that. All this sneaking around is awful, by the way. Oh look, loads of scribane. Random guard. Let's head down this side passage down here. Please spare a coin. Galad, I've already spoken to you. And here is Kalen. When you approach this man, he quickly stuffs a package in his pocket. He bows to you, though the movement plainly causes him discomfort. I'm Master Kalen. Greetings. What sort of shop is this? His face twitches suddenly. He looks like he's in pain. He still manages to walk. I'm the trainer of Gale. Would you like knowledge? Yes. All right. As you wish. Oh, you mean from me? No, I'm busy. Use the practice equipment if you want, but from me, just go. I'm busy. You appear to be in pain. Are you alright? Pardon me, I just have a headache. They happen. Have you taken anything? He looks upset. I have nothing more to say to you. I just need some time alone. He walks away quickly, hand on his pocket. What did you just put in your pocket? He looks defensive. What are you saying? You just hid something, that's all. No, I didn't. I deny it. Get out of here, before I call the guard. I promise they will listen to me before they believe you, an outsider. Well. Okay then. The door has been sealed shut, held closed with thick steel bars. A sign nailed to the door reads, "Library closed until further notice." You note that the door has no keyhole. A key would do you no good here. Interesting. Oh, that's the mayor. Shit. I'm no one. I'll be back in a sec. Oh. You flip through the garrison commander's books. They are mainly accounts and notes on the war with the golems. There are notes on a general in Tevrono. He's having success against the golems and gaining popularity as a result. Gale is looking for possible grounds upon which he could be arrested. What? You approach Leona, the garrison commander of Gale. You can see that she immediately recognizes you. Her eyes are cold and cruel. So you finally arrived, outsider, she says. Your help is not welcome here. You are unnecessary at best, a nuisance at worst. I suggest you leave town before misfortune befalls you. And that's all she has to say. Okay. I can't go in there then. So there's the mayor's house and whatever the fuck is up here in this corner of the city. This shop is run by a grim pale woman. She sits at her counter, sharpening the steel tip of a javelin. She says, "I'm stern. What do you want? What kind of shop is this? I'm the Fletcher for Gale. How is Gale faring against the golems? I don't talk politics, and I don't want herb, if that's what you're asking about. Why don't you like to talk about politics? Golems fire bolts of deadly magic over our walls constantly, and we need missiles to fire back. That's all I know about it. Anything beyond that is beyond me." You mentioned something about herbs? If everyone in this cursed city wants to hammer their brains into mush with scribane, then that's their business. Beyond my control. I just make weapons. Someone has to stay useful. Yeah, that's fair. Someone shouts, "There, the spy!" For mother bloody trucker's sake. Alright, try again. Let's just head across here. Ooh. Oh, this must be the herb house. You You enter a smoky room with a low ceiling. The air is heavy with the sour smell of stale sweat. Twitching, vacant souls loll about on filthy chairs, chewing on wads of green leaves. It's grim. It's a doss house. This townsperson is in a horrible, filthy state. The addict reeks of the strong medicinal smell that's so common here in Gale. You ask for a name, but all you get in response is a low moan. You meet the woman who runs this grim place. She moves smoothly up to you and bows. When you ask her name, she grimaces. I prefer not to say it. I'm sure you understand I deal in Scribane herb, if you would like to purchase some. Will you sell to me? Why yes, I sell refuge or strength. How do you manage to sell that? Both come from the same miraculous source, Scribane herb. Want to buy some? What is it? Brought at great risk from the Isle of Begale, Scribane herb will increase your strength both of mind and body. Take it before battle and you will be near invincible. Take it when you are afraid or tired and feel a true restoration of the soul. Such a miracle can only be purchased here. She smiles and bats her eyelashes. Do you wish to obtain some? Yours costs 40. I don't need any. Yes you do. We all do. It is the only way for us to stay sane in this mad time. You will be back. What does it actually do? These dark, rich-smelling leaves are well known for the strange, powerful effect they have when chewed. They make the user much stronger for a short time, however, it becomes addictive. This woman is, or was, a mage of the Empire. She has decayed. She reclines on a filthy chair, the corners of her mouth crusted with herbal potion. She mumbles constantly and incoherently. Somehow you manage to get her attention. I am Rosalai, authorized wizard of the Empire. Will you speak to me? She mumbles. Oh, Edward. Oh, Edward. Who's Edward? Her eyes open wide. Edward? I thought they had you. Have you come back to me? Have you returned? Yes. She suddenly starts to cry. You stare. She stares in your direction but doesn't see you. You cannot fool me. My Edward was slain. He's gone. Go away, and leave me to what little poor peace I can find. No, I'm not Edward. Then leave me. Let me stay in a place where Edward lives. You're Rosalie. I heard you might know something about the golems. Her eyes open wide. She struggles desperately to attain a few moments of coherence. Yes, yes, before Edward left me. I had to tell people. I met a mage in mountains north of here, southeast of Tevrono. Must fly to get there. With a final exertion of energy, she says, Go to him, met him, knows golems. Then she sinks back into her chair, exhausted. Interesting. You meet a priest comfortably into middle age. He's a massive man lumbering about in his armour, and a great mace hangs from his belt. These times are hard on him. Weariness is eating away at him, bit by bit. A traveller, greetings. I'm simply called Zachariah. Welcome to my shrine. Can you assist me? It's good to see fresh, bold faces in this battered town. I will give you assistance however I'm able. However, I'm growing rather tired. Are you capable of removing a horrible curse? No, I cannot cure the curse that afflicts you. Go to Shader. I've heard of you. I know you fight a noble fight. I can teach you rituals to use against our foes. Why are you so tired? This town fights two wars, one from without and one from within. Golems attack our bodies and Scribane herb attacks our souls. How have the golems been attacking? They do to us what the giants do to Lorelei. They rush in, throw fire and ice at us and flee before we can respond. Every day we grow weaker. Only one town has had luck fighting them. There is a force up in Tevrono, a town to the north, that has much success against the golems. However, they stand alone. Our mayor refuses to support them. If you wish to battle the golems, you should go up and see what they're doing right. Can I purchase some spells? Oh, it's priest spells. I'll be going now. Goodbye. Goodbye. You meet Gale's alchemist. He looks at you skeptically. I'm Nantir, welcome adventurer. He has the personal smell alchemists tend to end up with, of smoke and strange chemicals. What do you have for sale? I don't make herb, I don't have herb. I'm a simple alchemist and I don't have any more maps. Where might I find a map? You're in MONEH province now. If you want a map, head north to the town of Avernum. My friend Osmo is a map maker. He's stuck there, talk to him. What did you mean when you said herb? I don't know anything about that Scribane herb stuff beyond that everyone asks for it and I don't have it. If that's what you want, I'll have to bid you good day. My recipes are all closely held family secrets. They are effective, but I could learn better if I could enter the library. Why can't you enter the library? Gale has a small but very high quality library in City Hall. Unfortunately, the librarian died and our esteemed mayor closed it for good. I heard one woman say she knows how to enter it, but I will have no dealings with her. Who is the woman? She has a shop where she sells that cursed herb stuff. I'm not sure where it is. She told me she knows something of the library. I want to get into it, but I wouldn't go near her place of business for the world. You saw that I'm an adventurer. Are you looking for a sword for hire? Not a sword, a mind. I wish to learn how to make that most powerful of potions, energy elixir. It is concentrating magical power, a powerful, rare, difficult to make potion. I came to Gale because I heard that an excellent recipe is here, probably in the library. I believe it is, but I can't get to it. Find the recipe and teach it to me, and I will reward you with the finest potions in my stock. Okay. This woman is dressed like a mage. However, you aren't sure how much you should trust in her competence. She is constantly distracted and her eyes are glazed over. You wave to get her attention. I am Velnus. She has some green stains on the collar of her robes. You have some stains on your collar? Yes, and? What of it? They're stains. Nothing special. None of your business. Leave me. Are you alright? Excuse my distraction, I'm a bit tired. I'm Gale's mage, I teach spells. I'm not sure if I'm allowed, but I do it. I'm not allowed to teach spells? The Empire limits who can learn what magic, but I need money. I'll teach you if you can pay. She suddenly becomes very defensive. What? Why? This town is under attack all the time. Why else would I be under the weather? You seem drugged. She lurches forward in a chair. I don't have to put up with this. Good day. Can you teach me some spells? She pulls out a spell book and looks over it. Some of the spells seem to confuse her, but after a bit she seems to find a few that she's comfortable with. Oh, cool. So she's got some... When I've got a bit more cash, I can come back here as well. That is good to know. Right, let's head back here. Talk to this healer woman about the library. I heard you might know how to get into the Library of Gale. Oh yes, the Librarian of Gale. 5,000 coins. She traded a key to the library for some herb. You can have ownership of it for only 5,000 coins. It does me no good. Surely you can bring that price down a little? Surely I can't. There are some people who will pay dearly for access to that library. If you won't, they will. Now leave me to my dealings. Fuck, 5,000. Right, let's go talk to Mr. Mayor. There is a hunched old man wearing a mayor's sash sitting at the table reading some of Gale's records. When you get close, his head snaps up. The interruption infuriates him. Who let you in here? He snaps. I have enough problems without being pestered by scurvy bands of adventurers. Be off with you, or I'll call the guards. Then I will take your shit. You hear a harsh disembodied voice says you are not authorized to go forward, turn back, or face overwhelming deadly force. I can't even get in there, mate, so... Oh, that must be where... Does that lead into the library, I wonder? Someone shouts that the spy's here. That's okay, because I have to leave now. I think I've done everything I can in this place. Right, turns out Gale's a shithole. Oh no, wait, no. Why? You know what I forgot, right? We have a boat to go to that other island. That is obviously where we go to next. Rush straight down here to the docks. Get on the boat. You row the skiff across the dark ruined island. With some effort you're able to find a secure place to dock it. You set foot for the first time on Maddock Isle. It's a cold, ruined place and it's clearly been this way since long before the monster plagues began. Some horrible force afflicted this island, its residents, unable to deal with the problem, fled. Kind of sad when my magic users are the only ones that get hit by a "you can't use magic anymore" spell. kill these little skeleton bastards. Anything that might even be remotely valuable to sell, I'm afraid I'm going to have to take. That's where we are now. That's what I'm up to. These ghasts can take some punishment, can't they? I'll take the sickle. I saw that salt might be worth something. Some spiders, hooray! An Executor ghost. What the fuck is an Executor ghost? Quite strong is what they are, apparently. Do you have anything that's not? Nice. Stop being charmed. It's annoying. Cap of the Selfless. 8%, 5%. That is just better. Right, well that's one of the gates open at least. Well, I think I've explored everywhere. At least I believe I have. Yep. Right. Off we go. Let's explore this island. You're unsure when the settlements on this island were destroyed, but it was years ago. The island is a wasteland, part ruined towns and colonies, part rock and rubble. There are no animals or birds anywhere that you can see. There aren't even seagulls. You do see lots of bones, and not all of them are from animals. It's an ugly place. It is an ugly place. This was once a relatively large town, then hordes of undead took the place apart, brick by brick and board by board. There are lots of bones scattered about. Not all of the people who lived here were lucky enough to escape. Hypnotic Widow. Hypnotic Widow sounds like something that's going to chart. Where the fuck are you going? Move him out of the way. They were tough cookies, weren't they? Actually, do you know what you need to do? Give it some of that, innit? Right. Are there any more of these undead bastards? I'm going to start selling scrolls I pick up as well. I need the money and I never use the scroll. If we just pretend like we didn't see them, perhaps we'll be okay. Just like avoid, oh, what the fuck? Zombie thug. Come on, you can see the zombie thug. I know you can. Do your thing. Good. I mean, I guess off we go then. Nice. Then you might... This might not work. Or it might. Ow. You bitch. There we go. But you have ruined kilt. A ruined kilt currently 4% armor, evade and energy. You're wearing steel greaves, you're wearing the Cyan slacks, which I think are good. You're wearing iron greaves. And you are wearing starlight greaves, right? You're wearing iron. You're having a... Then they can get sold. And wisdom crystal can go to Magey Boy. Good. Oh wait, there was a corpse. Let's loot the corpse too. Blessed breastplate. Nice. Right, any more undead fuckers want to piss about and piss me off? I'm gonna take that as a no. Enduring armor. Lasts a long time. But nothing else. I guess not. What does the sign say? The original writing on this sign has been obscured by heavy claw marks. You leveled up by finding something. What did you find? A ruined pillar. This is odd. You find a stone spire carved of brown dull rock. Skeletons, each with a pair of red gleaming stones for eyes, are circling it, silently touching and bowing to it. When you get close enough to see them, however, the skeletons turn away from the spire and approach you. Their eye stones glow fiercely. Do you wish to avoid them? Yeah, I do. Nice. Nicely done. Right, what's in here? Toria Cemetery. The crumbling, overgrown path ends at a clearing filled with burial mounds. There are about 20 cairns, and practically all of them have been torn open. When you get closer, however, you realise that the cairns were torn open from the inside. Before you can get close enough to see what's inside, however, undead creatures rise out of the scree. They were hiding, waiting for you to get close. The hideous creatures don't move forward to attack, however. They watch, waiting for you to make the first move. My first move is, of course, going to be to attack. That fucker just try and terrify me. It's a banshee, that's why. Revenant needs to die. Let's get rid of you whilst we're at it. Oh my god, come on. Okey coke. Oh, did we find anything though? Unsurprisingly, the deceased were buried with a variety of jewellery, trinkets and other valuables. There's no shortage of barterable goods to loot. In addition, one of the cairns contains a long bone wand. Take it. Wand of the Inferno, baby. I guess we visit this town as well. This is yet another ruined city destroyed years ago and increasingly overgrown. Someone erected a tall, black basalt wall in the middle of the town. It looks like it was magically summoned and grew up from underground, smashing the buildings above it as it rose. I do not want broken clay in my inventory. I absolutely do not. Good, good. As a party, we deserve everything we get. Oh, a quick guest. What are you? Another quick guest. Is this the source of the plague, I wonder? Or not plague, undead, curse, I guess. It's not one of the plagues, definitely. Notorious Scenic Overlook. That's sad, isn't it? Hello, corpse. Oh, there is an enemy right there. Lol. Tried to decipher it. One of the scrolls on the pedestal is still intact. For some reason, none of the undead have touched it. It has a gold ankh embossed on the cover. Gain advanced knowledge of sanctification ritual. Does that mean she's learned it now? Because I think that's one we didn't have before. Pre-spells. Sanctification Ritual. Cures one hostile effect. Outside of combat sanctifies nearby evil altars. Nice. Let's just quickly check around the back here. Don't want to leave any of those spoopy undeads. And then I suppose we could do that. See what's in here. Leather armor, a fine cloak, and a speed elixir. Probably not worth the time investment, but oh well. Let's go press this button. Very good, very good. Give you more dexterity. I'm going to focus you on luck and yes. Well, whoops. I have to go around this way to get that chest. A cloak, javelins, thick leather gloves, and a corruption baton. So frustrating. Ow. Nice rusty helmet. You enter a grim basalt temple dripping with foul ichor and the residue of dark rituals and foul evilness. The dead walk evilly towards you, hoping to pull you down into their eternal torment. In other words, just another ordinary day. Who are you, Vampire Lord? You do your fire rain, maybe. Wait, where the fuck did they come from? Oh, fuck you. did the wrong thing, but never mind. You can do fuck all then. Rod of Succor. Sage's Longbow. 98 to 377 isn't as good, but it's addition to magical damage, etc. You have it. Also use that, which gives you a nice, juicy another level up. Yes, yes. Elemental Focus, Summoning Sword Mage. Energy Boon increases your maximum spell energy by 4%. Yeah, go on. An enemy is visible. An enemy is visible. Scroll of Return Life. You can have that along with the Grey Mold Salve. How many more of these fucking things are there? They're just like spawning forever now. Nope, that was probably it. Cool. Don't know if we've really done much to avert the plague. I've killed a few powerful undeads. That's got to count for something, right? It's got to count for something, right? The Circle of Stones is more powerfully afflicted by the evil enchantment covering this island. There's something in the air, an icy edge or the stench of decay, or something else you just can't quite put a finger on. Then undead start lurching out of the muck, gurgling and hissing. You try to evade them, but the muck slows you down. They give chase. Excuse me, stop it. Why did you get so many goes? Unfair. probably will actually fireball one of you. And then you finish it off. Oh, fuck. There we go. They are all dead. Was that it? What are you? A vampire? A dead vampire? A dead spectre? So, is there something I'm supposed to be able to do here? You find a small gully filled with thousands of shedded skins of giant snakes. Many of these enormous reptiles writhe in the pit. As you wonder how to approach, you find that some of them have slithered up behind you. Amazing. At the bottom of the gully, mostly covered in murky water, you find the skeleton of a human hunter. Most of its gear rotted away quickly. Surprisingly, its cloak is still intact. Fast Rider's cloak. Where did you all come from? So, am I missing something? Is there something I'm supposed to be doing here? Can you cast Sanctification on the map screen? No, you can't. So I guess we just go home. Nicely done. I received a crystalline wand from where? Did I just Did I step over a cache accidentally? Whoops. Whoops. You encounter a band of shambling zombies. They weren't very powerful when they were animated. The years of wandering have left them ready to fall apart. So why do I have to fight them? Right, let's head back to that shitty town of Gale then. Hooray, we're back in Gale. Saw this button. You find a stout oaken door with a small keyhole. None of your keys fit. Well, balls. Where do we go to get out of this place? I've forgotten. Back to the inn. Right. Wonderful. Appleton, West, MONEH, Southeast, Gale, somewhere else. Into the mine. Some of the boulders start to move. Of course they do. Oh, of course they do. Hopefully no one was trapped inside. Okay, very good. So where are we now? There's like a wall there. These Empire boys aren't too concerned about me, apparently. You enter the village of Appleton. It has been abandoned to the hill giants. No humans have been here for weeks. Many hill giants have arrived since then, looking for easy loot. You destroy the leader of the giant raiding party, the humans will have a far easier time retaking this unhappy little town. Right, we're good. Good. Hardiness crystal, yes please. Yes please. Where? So there's apparently someone else in here who wants to have a bit of a scrap. Which is fine, the more the merrier. That's what they say. There are plenty of books on this podium, they've all been chopped up with knives. It looks like a human did it, probably to keep the giants from having them. The giants cannot read this, so I leave it for humans. My treasures will stay in human hands. My beautiful shield is hidden. It's outdoors, directly north of town. My fine robe is hidden behind the painting. Take them and avenge us. Fine robe, painting, shield, north of town. When you get close, you notice that this painting is hanging at an odd angle. You look behind it to find an opening in the wall. There is a velvet pillow in the niche. Take it. Spectral robe. Fast Rider's cloak. Is that what you've already got? Deadeye cloak. Very nice. %, armor, and then meh. This is a big town. Like, why are the giants still here? I thought I already dealt with them. In the nicest way. In the nicest way, they should have just fucked off by now. They're supposed to be fighting the troglodytes, aren't they? There are so many of them. Where oh where did they all come from? When Appleton was abandoned, some soldiers stayed behind in a brave but futile attempt to defend the city. Those courageous souls ended up here. Oh dear, I will just desecrate your bodies now. I'm sorry, my apologies. My apologies. any more giants? Do any more giants want to die? Yes. Apparently they do. Magical notes. You feel like when a bunch of them have all holed up in a room like that, there might be something interesting or valuable that they're like interested in finding. But no. But no. Right, there we go. That's this town done. He said directly north, right? North of town. You enter a small glade, looks very peaceful. There are squirrels looking around. You find an abandoned campsite. You poke around the refuse and find something interesting. Steel shield, only slightly rusty despite having been buried for some time. Ticket. I'm going to sell them all. When these giants get a good look at you, they move away quickly. Then you may leave. This marsh is infested with fierce giant snakes, several of which are out trying to hunt down some fresh meat. Some of the snakes are larger than others, and they have strange, intelligent look in their eyes. And one of the snakes is very, very large indeed. That's because it's not a snake. Nice. And I find a speed elixir. Well, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Okay. I guess we've got a few things to do. We can either go left or right. I think this is probably the next place to go, rather than up here. I think I might do that. Head over to Gale, and then head north from Gale. You hear the sounds of a battle coming from the other side of a nearby hill. When you reach the top and see what's happening, however, you have a hard time believing your eyes. You see a merchant caravan under ambush. The brigands attacking it look like Empire soldiers. If nothing is done, the vastly outmatched caravan guards don't stand a chance. You move away, leaving the caravan behind. The Empire deserters make short work of the caravan. I was actually supposed to help out. I clicked the wrong button. Oops. This is a long, massive palisade constructed to keep the lands to the south safe from golem attack. Unfortunately, the wall is nowhere near complete. The golems can simply walk around it. It will likely be months before it provides any sort of decent protection. The Empire army had a small fort here. It didn't last long in the face of golem fireball barrages. There isn't much left of it. It's been abandoned for months. Found a focusing crystal. Avernum Bridge. Okay, let's head over the bridge, I suppose. As you cross the long stone bridge, you see a heated battle on the other side. A band of Empire soldiers, armed with halberds and longbows, are busily decimating a small group of golems. They seem to be winning, but even a single golem can be lethal if allowed to fire a bolt of energy. You can reach the soldiers in time to help. Okay, you join the soldiers for what looks like a simple battle. However, when golems start crawling over the railings of the bridge, you realize that the constructs have been programmed to set an ambush. Lightning spray. Ow. You help the surviving soldiers patch up their wounds. Soon they're able to hobble back to safety. The captain is still surprised by the ambush. The golems have a new tactic. We have to get to Avernum to tell Baziron about it. Then we can figure out how to react. The soldiers thank you profusely for saving their lives. They tell you they're led by General Baziron in Avernum. He is the only general to have success leading soldiers against the golems. They tell you to be sure to go up and meet him. Then they head north. Beware, golem patrols are everywhere. Okay. The valley ends at a cliff. It's too high and steep to climb. At the top you think you can see a pathway. Farther up you see a line of smoke. Someone must be living up there. Then I shall investigate. It's bright, pleasant and sunny, and birds chirp overhead. You find in this very implausible location a large, lovely stone house. Nobody could get up here without flying. There aren't even footpaths leading up here. do believe I got told about this place, right? I definitely got told about this place. Let's see who it is. Zalifar. You have tons of magical notes. Thank you. You meet a wizard of the Empire, currently living a hermetic existence in the mountains of Eastern Valorim. However, he doesn't seem reclusive or unhappy to see you. In fact, he seems very pleased and relieved. I'm Zalifar. Welcome to my home. I hope the journey was not too difficult. It was difficult to get here. I had to fly. Ah, how nice. I live here because it's an easy place from which I can fly about. I could rhapsodize for hours about the joys of the winds, of the heights, of soaring far above the land. However, that's not why I'm glad you're here. I've been waiting for someone to come here so I can discuss the land's troubles. Why do you live in such a remote area? I live up here experiencing my wizardry without interference. I also love the joys of flying. Alas, while in the sky, I see many of the land's troubles. How do you know how to fly? It is my own magic. I know how to summon it, but I don't know how to teach it yet. Interference? Interference from the monsters who plague our lands. Also, interference from the laws of the Empire. They place very strict controls upon wizards. This annoys me. What do you know about the troubles of Valorim? The land is being overrun by golems. Nobody below knows where they come from. I do. If you assist me, I will give you the location of their lair. What sort of assistance can I give? I wish you to assist me in dealing with a drake. Tell me about it. An enormous drake lives in the mountains southwest of Greendale. You can only get there by flying. It's west of a large field of rubble which is south of Greendale. We saw each other frequently when flying, but had a sort of truce until recently. What happened? Recently it had started to chase me, actually trying to kill me. It seemed maddened. Go find it and do something to ensure it will never attack me. In return, I will give you assistance in finding the golems. How can I keep it from attacking you? That's up to you. Of course, if it is killed, it will not attack me anymore, but it is a wise and mighty creature, and I hope it will not come to that. Can you teach me anything? I would like to, but the things I know are not things that would aid you in your battles. See if you can get into the town of Gale. I think there is someone there who can help you. What do you know about the troubles of Valorim? The land is being overrun by golems. Okay. Just going to see if I can dispel these. Huh? Yeah? How long? What time?
5 minutes.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Let's just break into this guy's house before we end for the day then. You enter a bedroom. It's very nice, but it's also very cold. You feel like you're being watched. There is a glowing rune etched into the floor. You don't like the look of it. You want to, if you want to enter this bedroom, you'll have to get close to it. When you get close to the rune on the floor, there is a flash of light. The rune vanishes. You feel strange. I gained Dread Curse. I must have 2 of them now. I don't really know what they do. Okay. Thanks, creepy crazy wizard dude. Bum bum. Right, okay, and with that, golems. I'm gonna leave. I might be back later. I might not be back later. We'll see, won't we?